This little lady has one of the most shocking stories. In July 2013, she was found by Inspector Tony Woodley.
She was a cruelty case dog. One of the worst cases I've ever seen.
Her fur was so badly matted and tangled she could barely walk.
If you just think about having your hands slowly being constricted at your wrists until your hands fall off.
The true extent of this poor little dog's injuries were only discovered in the operating theatre. As the veterinary surgeon was shaving away her incredibly matted coat, they made a devastating discovery. As they removed clumps of fur, with it came her 2 front paws. This happened because the fur had tightened so much that the blood supply had simply been cut off. They also discovered that months of abuse at the hands of her owners had led to her not only losing limbs, but her mouth was in such terrible condition and her teeth were causing her so much pain, they all had to go. At 14 years old, no one knew what type of recovery Florence would make. But miracles do happen. And Karen Branner, her new owner, can't get enough of her.
The best thing ever was seeing her run for the first time. It was just heartwarming, it really was. I never ever expected her to be able to do that. It just made me feel so happy that despite her terrible injuries and her appalling life, that she could pull herself through it and live like a normal dog.
After Karen heard Florence's tragic story, she knew she could give her the love she deserved.
When we saw her, we went to the vets. I was like, please, can I have her? I must take her home. I said, can I go to the top of the waiting list? And in fact, there wasn't a waiting list, there was just me. I have to give her quite soft food.
And even though Florence has no teeth, she has not lost her appetite. That looks good.
She eats everything you give her, so she does really well without any teeth.
Karen and this pampered pooch go everywhere together.
Whoa! So I fashioned this sling from just an old scarf, but I have got a range of scarves for different looks: spring, summer, winter, fashion.
And it's not unusual to see Florence at work too. And today, on a break from his usual duty, Tony wants to catch up with a dog dear to his heart.
It's great to see her skipping around and coping so well.
When you're out and about with her, you wouldn't know that she's lost her front paws.
She does remarkably well, bearing in mind she's got no front feet. Obviously, she's got a sort of a slant, hasn't she?
Yeah,
she's got
she goes
a
down.
higher back end. You do get connected to them, you do get attached to these dogs, and when you see a dog that's been in such adversity and was in such a poor condition, I do get a bit emotionally attached, and she's an amazing little character. She's in great hands.
Thankfully, Florence's previous life with her abusive owners is a distant memory. They were prosecuted, and it's now illegal for them to own dogs.